The grey man does whatever a grey man can. Can he make a comic feed? Yes, he can. He just did. Watch now, a video from Grey Man. A video from Grey Man.
Hi there, Grey Maniacs. It's me again with another one of my bloggy blogs. And yeah, I got a contest as well that I've decided to do, just to try and, yeah, I'll talk about the contest. I'm not sure I'll do it in another video. I'll do it in this video. I'll do it as a separate video, because, you know, if you put a separate video up saying contest, people might pay attention to it. But anyway, let me show you some stuff. Right, let me show you. I picked up some comics from eBay. Got a few comics from eBay. This, one of them from Facebook, just 2 comics off a guy on Facebook. Spectacular Spider-Man 111 and Web of Spider-Man #1 annual. I thought it was his number, the comic #1 actually, when I said I'd get it, and I realised it was the annual, but I haven't got it, so it's like, okay, well, I'll take it then. But I still need a few, because I've got a few that I want to get, like, to fill my runs of Spider-Man. So there's not masses, but I don't sort of concentrate on them too fully, but there's a few comics I need to pick up to, just so I've got a consistent run from a certain number to a certain number kind of thing. Like, for Weather Spider-Man, I want like 1 to 100. For Spectacular, I think it's about 200 or to 300 or something like that, or 100 to 300. Yeah, I think it's 100 to 300, just because I've got lots in that run, and I want to make it a solid run, if you know what I mean. Right, now this is one, some stuff that I bought off a guy that I've been buying off quite a bit. A couple of Action Comics. Now this one is for $4.50, and my run that I'm going for is like higher than this. This was under the run number that I said I was going to start on. But you know, when you see a comic, like Superman comic going, you know, recently, I just can't resist them. So even though they weren't actually in my proposed run, same as this one, maybe I'll have to change my proposed run from $4.50 to the end or something like that. It won't be the end of the run, no, but yeah, to wherever my number is that I'm finishing on. Right, this one was in the numbers. This one I got to tick off my list. 582. I got to tick that off my list. Still plenty more to go. Right, and I got a nice little one of Unexpecteds as well. I'm getting quite a lot of horror comics at the moment. You can smell this one. This has got a pungent smell. This is one Unexpected 150. And the tobogganing down a ice slide, and there's a snowman with a dead body inside it. It's got 3 different stamps on it as well. 1973. Right, that's Unexpected 150. Here's Unexpected 164. It's a couple of kids investigating a haunted house, and there's the ghost that makes them wish they hadn't bothered. And they're following some footprints. I see that now. They're following some skeletal-looking footprints, and there's a ghost thing come out to grab them. Not the greatest condition, but they're all right inside. This one looks like it's stuck to another comic at one point. Like you can see the page of another comic that was stuck to it. It's kind of sad. Right, Unexpected number 166. The Evil Eyes of Night, and there's a couple of people camping there, the tent's open, and there's something approaching out of the darkness. It's a nice creepy logo as well, Unexpected. Here's another Unexpected, not the greatest condition actually, bit of spine curl. Number 172, Shocking Stories of Menace and Mystery. Have you the nerve to face the unexpected? The corners are all turned as well on this one. The corners are all turned over. You see that? I need to straighten them out before I put it in a bag. And seems to be a snake popping out of a wedding ring. Interesting. They're trying on wedding rings in a shop, I'm imagining. For some reason, a snake has just popped out of this wedding ring. How bizarre! And the final Unexpected in this round, number 217. It's Abraham Lincoln, Spaceman. That's a bit of an odd one. It's more of a sci-fi looking thing than the older ones. Strange. But it's the statue of Lincoln, obviously. But I don't know why he's wearing a spacesuit. Did he come from the future and become president in the past or something like that? So some craziness going on. Right, now this last one I'll show you, I am rather annoyed about. Because because I messed up. I done messed up on a comic book. I done messed up and bought a comic I didn't even need. But it's right now. I've got an old the original one of Ghost Rider. I'm trying to get them together. You know, the first Ghost Rider series, and number 8 is one of the ones that I needed. So I've done a search, Ghost Rider number 8, and it's come up with this book. And I need Ghost Rider number 8, but I obviously didn't look closely enough at the picture, and I've paid more for this than I paid for any of the other comics. And it's not Ghost Rider number 8. It's Marvel Spotlight on the Ghost Rider number 8. So it's not a comic I needed. It's not a comic I was currently going for. So I've just paid £5.50 for a comic that wasn't on my list. Such joy. Mind you, what is that? The 4th appearance maybe of Ghost Rider? Because Marvel Spotlight number 5 is the very first Ghost Rider, isn't it? So it's not like I can even say that I could get that run, because ain't no one can afford that. Well, at least I can't afford it anyway. But maybe I will. Maybe I'll see about getting the reasonable ones in that run, and then see if I can get a facsimile for the very, very first appearance. Hopefully they'll do a facsimile at some point if they haven't done one already, or maybe one of you, maybe a passing millionaire happens to see my videos and go, what can I do today with my millions of pounds that I haven't done recently? I can buy comics randomly for some strange man on YouTube. No, so probably won't happen. Anyway, so that's the comics that I've bought recently. I've got a few more on the way. I've kind of said to myself, I'm trying to say to myself now, that I'm not going to buy any comics for the rest of the month. It's the 5th of June. I have said to myself, I am not buying any more comics for the rest of the month. I can always hear you. I can always hear you in the comments already, or even as you're sitting here watching this video of me saying I'm not going to buy any more comics this month. I can almost hear you laughing and snorting in derision, literally snorting in derision at my words that I'm not going to buy any more comics this month. You're like, yeah, Gray, we've heard that before, you foolish boy. But I can try, can't I? I could try. There's a comment I didn't need. So annoying. Never mind. Now, seeing as this is a blog, I want to tell you about a DC character by the name of Blog. I've just read a character named Blog in this Lois Lane 80-page giant. This is number 68 of Lois Lane's book. A little bit worse for wear. The cover, front and back cover are like, they've had a bit of a falling out. Basically, they're not on speaking terms as much as they used to be. They're hanging on in the middle slightly, but at the bottom here and at the top here, they're not quite as firmly connected in a loving relationship as they used to be. Let's put it that way. I love this one. All the stories in here are pretty gold, really. The typical kind of formats of Lois, all to do with either being courted by other men or trying to get over, or trying to make Superman jealous, and so many things like that. There's so many sort of cruel pranks that they play on each other. The amount of times they've gone to be married or been proposed to, and then it's all just a ruse to, I had to say that so the villain didn't use you as whatever. All such convoluted stories in the Silver Age, but it's all good fun. It's all good silly fun. Right, this is the courtship of Mental Man. This turns out this is a story that she's drawing as a cartoon strip, and I can't remember what happens now. Why it happened. Why did it happen, that story? I remember in the end it turned out Mental Man was Aquaman in disguise for some reason. I don't know why now. Something to do with criminals. I've literally just read it today, and I've already forgotten exactly what happened in it. She becomes Luther's gangster mole. No, it turned out it wasn't Lois. It was a robot double of Lois that Luther was trying to upset Superman with by making it seem that she'd been turned evil by this ray. It was just she was actually kidnapped. Yeah, I remember that one now. And then there's Lois, his royal suitor. He's like a Maharaja or something, a Raja. He asks Lois to marry him. She says yes because she wants to get a story out of it. And she says you got to do 5 impossible tasks. And of course, Superman, being a complete twerp, he decides to help the Raja and to teach Lois a lesson. So he helps the Raja with these various tasks. It's kind of a follow. It's kind of a direct. Exactly the same with the story of this guy Blogger I was going to tell you about. There's another Lois's soldier sweetheart. This is all a ruse. Makes Lois look like she's a right heel. She's being mean to this soldier, even though she's saying she's going to marry him. But it turns out it's just a ruse to fool the soldier's father into realising that he actually has got acting skills and that he can be an actor because his dad's a movie producer, and so it's just a wheeze to sort of like get him to realise that his son can act, kind of thing. And Lois is in on it with him. So, but the story I want to tell you about is Superman's girlfriend Lois Lane. It doesn't say it's a reprint from an earlier comic, but it must be a reprint from an earlier comic. But not quite often in these, they will say reprinted from and then tell you the story and the year. But it doesn't do that in this one for some reason. Lois Lane wouldn't marry any man except Superman, even if he were the last man on Earth. Well, one fantastic afternoon, the worst happens, and the last man on Earth becomes Lois Lane's beau. And only a miracle can prevent the marriage between the girl reporter from Metropolis and the prehistoric savage who is Lois Lane's Stone Age suitor. Let's see if I might have to move the camera around so I can see this better. Let me turn the camera around, the viewfinder, then I can pick it up and point it at the comic and hope that I'm giving you some kind of idea. Oh, here, I accidentally zoomed in there. Let's see if I can go. Blog only unmarried man in tribe, so female prisoner must marry Blog or die. And look how pleased as punch Superman is. And look at the face on Lois. She's like, no way, Buster. And Superman's like, hee. Whoa, Lois, it looks as if you're destined to become Mrs. Blog instead of Mrs. Superman. And here is Blog. Here is Blog. He's gonna be Lois Lane's husband. Isn't she lucky? Doesn't she look pleased as punch to find out he looks pretty chuffed. So it starts off, they're going one day in Mexico City as Lois Lane and Clark Kent buy souvenirs. Gosh, Lois, you're buying out the store. Well, we need a lot of souvenirs, Clark, for all our friends at the Planet office. I bought this lighter for Perry White because he's always running out of matches for his cigars. As soon as I saw that, I thought, well, that lighter's going to come back and haunt us in this story. It's going to have some kind of reasoning, and yeah, as you'll see later, I was right. Later that morning at the airport, so I'm trying to read it and hold the camera at the same time. Think Perry will like our stories on Mexico? I hope so, Lois. Right now I'm worrying about our flight back to the States. The weather reports aren't too encouraging. Well, I'm not going to give you the whole story, actually, because it's a bit hard to read and hold the camera and the comic at the same time. But yeah, they get attacked by a pterodactyl, as you do. They discover quite a popular thing in DC universes, a lost valley where time has been forgotten. Of course, if you might remember, there was a story called The Land That Time, or The War That Time Forgot. The Land That Time Forgot was an actual. Was it Jules Verne? Did the World That Time Forgot? The Land That Time Forgot? I can't remember now. It made it into a film, didn't they, as well? Possibly even a TV show. I'm not sure now. God, this is really bad. I should put this down on the table so I could then have to control two things at once. Anyway, so she wakes up and they're captured by savage men. Take it easy, Lois. We survived the plane crash, but it seems we've landed in a lost world inhabited by prehistoric creatures where evolution stopped. These appear to be cavemen. Cavemen? In 1959? What happened to us? Where are we? But before Clark can answer, speak, female. Is this your mate? Him? Definitely not. I wouldn't marry a a timid, weak-muscled jellyfish like Clark Kent? No offence, Clark. Yeah, right, that's really not offensive. But you know how I feel about Superman? Any other man is a pygmy, mentally and physically, compared with my Man of Steel. Naturally, Lois. So, female, not married. Good. Blog, come here. This blog only... start again. This blog only unmarried man in tribe. No female will have blog. But you, female prisoner have no choice. You must marry blog when we reach village or you die. Poor Lois. Jellyfish Kent will start looking better to her when she starts comparing him with Bachelor Blog. Look at the smile on Superman's face. He's like, oh yeah, call me a timid, blinking jellyfish of a man, would you? She can be a bit mean, old Lois, in some of these old comics as well. They all take their turns in being a bit mean, to be honest. Presently, as the group nears the caveman village, for Pete's sake, Clark, those cavemen are serious. Do something. Get me out of this. Get me out of here. Sorry, Lois, the name is Kent, not Superman. Besides, you asked for it. You could have said you were married to me, but even the thought of me of your husband was too revolting. So he's been a bit petulant. All right, I should have known better than to ask a hopeless namby-pamby like you for help. I'll figure my own way out of this mess. Okay, Lois, you do that. Except that before this adventure is over, I have a hunch you'll regret having spurned Clark. Right. According to tribal laws, Blog must do 3 tasks to prove worthy of mate. If Blog fails any task, no marriage. So female order, 3 tasks. A dinosaur breaking into the village. This is my way out. All right, Blog. Here's my first request. Stop that rampaging dinosaur all by yourself. If Blog runs away, the marriage is off. I've got Blog trapped. He'll never go forth to destroy that dinosaur single-handed, even if he wanted to. How could he stop it? Female prisoner, very beautiful. Blog fight dinosaur, even if he die. So she's potentially sending him to his death. Oh look, it's a close-up of my foot. Hello! My foot's waving at everybody. Hi everybody! Anyway, back to the comic book. Are you crazy, Blog? Come back here. Gasp. Good heavens, he'll be killed. So she's showing a little bit of remorse. She doesn't really want him to die. And then Superman is obviously doing his usual tricks of using his heat vision and super breath to... Look, Lois isn't watching me. My telescopic vision has picked up something that will save Blog's life and advance Lois one step nearer a Stone Age altar. She's getting married to a caveman. A ding dong, the bells are gonna chime. Basically, he spots the mother dinosaur's eggs, and he uses his heat vision to make the eggs hatch prematurely. So mother dinosaur goes back to little cute little babies. Oh, look at that! Look at the cute little babies. And then we go back to Blog's cave. Soon after, as the proud bridegroom takes his betrothed to see the wealth that will soon be hers, this Blog's cave. Blog give mate everything. Raw dinosaur steak, lion skin coat, everything the best. This place looks like a pig pen. I've got to get out of this jam. Think, girl, think. Moments later, outside, as a lightning storm breaks over the village, tree catch fire! Quick, fan fire, keep fire blazing. There's a sight for you, Lois. This primitive tribe hasn't yet discovered the secret of making fire with sparks from flint. Basically, Clark Kent's given her a clue of a way to, of a task for her to give to Blog. Say to him, make fire, but Lois is a bit slow on the uptake on this one. Yeah, so he's saying the only way they can obtain fire is from lightning bolts. Yeah. I'm not sure if I want to do the voices. So I do the voices? Oh, who cares? The only way they can obtain fire is from lightning bolts. See? They're all running to fan the flames on that burning tree to keep the fire going. Who cares? Oh, God, the voice is all wrong now. Who cares about that? I want to break off my engagement to Blog. Say, what was that roar? Grah! That roar come from cave. Many saber-toothed tigers in cave. Okay, here's your second task. I want Blog to enter the cave of tigers, or no marriage. Look at Blog's face. Blog is thinking to himself, well, she's a hottie, but, maybe she's too much hassle. maybe I'll just, whatever. I'm not going to go there. Shortly after, as the Stone Age suitor hesitates before the tiger cave, bark. Rah! They're watching Blog's grandstand play so attentively they'll never see me streak by them with the speed of light. So Superman basically goes in, beats up the poor old Sabretooths, makes you look like stalactites have fallen down onto their heads, and Blog comes. I feel sorry for these saber-tooth tigers, because these saber-tooth tigers, next time we see them, they're basically a rug in Blog's cave. After the last stalactite drops and Clark returns to his spectator position near Lois, me lucky, me do second task, me enter tiger cave and come out safe. Gasp! Blog's alive! I can't believe it, Clark. How does Blog do it? It beats me, Lois. It's starting to rain. That means bye-bye fire. The boys will have to wait for another lightning bolt to strike a tree before they can cook another stew. Wait, these cavemen don't know how to make a fire. I know what to ask Blog to do for his third task. So she's finally hit on the answer. That afternoon, as Blog displays his honeymoon cottage to his prospective bride, wall-to-wall tiger skin carpeting. Blog, I figured out your third task, build a fire. Yipe, I can't make it possible for Blog to create a fire by using my heat vision without arousing Lois's suspicion. Unless, great guns, Lois's souvenir. Streaking to the plane wreck at lightning speed and back again, seconds later, here's how Blog will make his fire with a cigarette lighter Lois bought for Perry White. Now to make Blog the happiest man on earth, the happiest of men. Psst, Blog, get it? Gasp. Presently, as Blog becomes the first man in his tribe to create a fire, but Blog make magic. Most powerful powers are his. Now female prisoner is his wife. Blog take mate home. No! He stole Perry's lighter from the wreck, Clark. Help me. Don't let me marry Blog. Please, Clark, do something. Oh, Clark, you rogue. I guess Lois won't be so smarty pants for a while, but I'll see to it that Blog won't be cheated either. Quick, Lois, into this cave. Let's see if we can find a passage back to our world. Presently unseen by Lois, who is exploring another underground cavern, there, I've used my super strength to punch out a tunnel to the outside world. But before I tell Lois about it, I'll race back for my uniform, compress it with super strength and into handkerchief size and put it in my pocket. A minute later, having retrieved his costume and summoned Lois, this tunnel leads to the jungle. Sometimes you amaze me, Clark. Why aren't you always so resourceful? I guess I lack the knack, Lois. Now I'll seal off the passage so Blog's people won't find this jungle exit. Their world and ours wouldn't mix happily. Good heavens, Lois. I leaned against the exit to catch my breath, and the tunnel opening collapsed. Well, we could have been killed. I'd have preferred even that to becoming Blog's bride. I wonder how he's making out. Later, unseen by Lois, as Clark's X-ray vision penetrates into the lost world, as I thought, Blog's become a tribal hero. The tribal beauties are drawn to his flame like moths. Poor Blog will set fire to many a heart, but let's hope he gets married before his lighter fluid evaporates. So there we go. Happy Blog. And that, funnily enough, is the end of this blog. Cheers for tuning in, and until next time, let me shout out a small channel. I'm going to shout out my fellow Londoner, my fellow London blogger, who's nearly getting to 200 subs. Oh, sorry. Let me get me laptop open. Let me get my laptop open. Let's put this on me again, so you can see my handsome face. Hi, how's it going, everybody? It's me again, the Grey Man. Welcome to Sexy Seductive Grey Man blog channel. At least I amuse myself. Right then. Right, what's the name of this channel again? It's Geeky something or other. Geeky Guy Comics. Geeky Guy Comics. He lives in South London, quite near to the comic shop in Croydon that I often go to. He does lots of pop stuff, but he does do New Comic Book Day. He's nearly at 200 subs. He should get to 200. He needs to get to 200. You could help him get to 200 by subbing him out, basically. Sub up his channel. The link will be in one of these two corners, and there might even be a little sing-along jingle. It happens sometimes. Occasionally there's a jingle. He's at 191 subs right now. Let's get him to 200. And cheerio for now. And until next time I see you, my gorgeous grey maniacs, have a grey amazing day. And may all your news be good news.
Geeky Guy Comics, go and sub him right now. Geeky Guy Comics, go and sub him right now. His link is in the corner, so go and sub him now, or I'll hit you on the head with a cow.